Welcome to the Raiders recap with your Oos, Simone Raider, and of course, I got the honorary Oos here, Joe Morley, with me. What else is there to say? But it's another week, another challenge for the Raiders. Of course, we lost to the Dallas Cowboys, 33-16, in embarrassing fashion. But what's new, Joe?
Uh, Another week, another loss, right?
Yeah, it is what it is. I think for me, like going into this game, of course we're bad. The Raiders are bad. I mean, we gotta admit it. I mean, we've seen it all year long. But I feel like going into this game, for me, I was just like, I just want to win. I just want to win. Of course, we want to win every week, but there's really no point in winning, especially when we talk about draft position and getting into all of that and whatnot. But going into this game, I said that this was a must-win game, and a lot of fans were on me like, "What do you mean a must-win game? Like the Raiders suck." I was like, "Yeah, I know we suck, but like this game was more important for the Raidernation than it was the Raiders, the players on the field, right? Because we wanted to at least have some bragging rights against a fan base that kind of mirrors us in a way, right? Because the Dallas Cowboy fans, they're always just as crazy as us is.
What's funny? It's because if we would have won this game, we'd be acting the same way they did. Like,
Yeah.
like now Dallas Cowboy fans, like they beat us. Like we're a shit team. Like we're a crappy team. But now you're like, it's our year again. The Cowboy fans they're all hyped up again. Like
Relax.
You beat us.
You beat the Raiders at the end of the day. It ain't that.
Yeah.
We both suck. You guys just a little bit better than us. But yeah, it was tough, man. And of course, going into this game, like we even know we talked about it before. Like it was gonna be a lot of Cowboy fans, and rightfully so. It was deep, and we knew that, especially with the ticket prices. It was, a lot of Raider fans weren't going to come out here, especially for how bad it was. But there were some Raider fans there. But it was still kind of hard to even afford tickets to go. I mean, we talk about like tickets being. I mean, everybody complains about tickets being expensive. They're not always this expensive, but when they are, they ain't easy to come around. I mean, Joe was almost not going to go to the game, but yeah, at least in a game like this where we know a lot of Cowboy fans were in attendance, we didn't really notice it though.
Yeah, like I usually wait. Like people are always like, "Are you a season ticket holder?" I'm like, "No." I usually wait until game day, till the tickets get a little bit cheaper. One, because I don't want to spend a lot of money on this damn team. Like,
Yeah.
one, and two, it's like, why not? Like, wait until they come down to the normal prices. But hey, FBI's they've been investigating baseball and stuff. You need to investigate Ticketmaster because whatever on that Monday night game for the Raiders, when the Raiders Cowboys, they went from cheapest ticket was $297 on Sunday night to what? At 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, it was up to $500 for the cheapest ticket.
Yeah.
And every hour it went up another $100.
Well, I think they know the demand is there.
That's
And
crazy.
if Raider fans aren't going to buy the tickets, there's a lot of Dallas Cowboy fans that were in town wanting to go to this game. And they'll pay an arm and a leg to watch their team one time in the greatest city in the world, right? But it is what it is. The Raiders lost, like I continue to say, and we sit at 2-8 right now, right? 2-8?
2-8, yeah.
2-8. One of the worst teams in the NFL. And some will say, hey, just keep the losing going because that just moves us up a little bit more on the draft board. And some way, somehow, I feel like the Raiders will still fuck that up, though. I feel like we're going to win a couple meaningless games at the end of the season. I just want us to win in L.A. now. I don't care about any other game. If we win in L.A., because we're going to be in L.A., and we know Raider Nation, we always show up in L.A., but we can never win those games.
Never win in LA. But going back to this game, like, there's so much, like, this was a game that if we wanted to get, like, hey, you know what, Pete Carroll? You lied to us, Pete. You lied to us, Pete.
Yeah.
Like, Pete Carroll, what did he say? I win 10 games a year. Well, this was it. Now you can't win 10 games. Now the most the Raiders can win is 9. We're going on that streak, though.
We start this week against the Browns. Well, we'll get to the Browns in just a little bit, but we could continue to see that every single week until we lose. But go ahead.
I don't know if you saw this.
No.
Geno said we can blame it all on him. He said, if you're having a bad day, blame it on Geno. Your car breaks down, blame it on Geno. Like
your wife divorces you, blame it on Geno's.
Hey, I'm fat because of Geno. Like you can just like.
I'm a Raider fan because of Geno. Man, man.
Everything you can pick. Like I saw that press conference or his game ending conference, and I was like, what a like to me, it came off wrong. Like, it came off like you're
Yeah.
attacking us. Like, you're attacking the Raider fans. And it's funny because he goes, you guys will watch it. Hey, shout out to your boy Hondo. You're like one of the only guys that like Hondo. But shout out to Hondo. He asked the question that got this response from Geno. And Geno was like, people watch the tape. There's a bunch
Monday morning quarterback, Seuss.
Hey, but I don't know if we were at the game, so we didn't get to see it. But I don't know
Yeah.
if you got to see the clip of the Manning cast.
I seen that. I actually seen that afterwards.
Where Eli and Peyton Manning are talking shit about Geno.
They're like, check the ball down.
And they were right. Like, they did what Geno says. Oh, people are going to pause the film and watch it. They did.
They're
it.
Monday morning quarterbacks.
And when he threw that pick, that interception, and it's not all his fault. It was, it is because you threw the ball and it got tipped up. But on that play, Ashton Genty had rolled out. And if you would have just dumped it off to Genty, he would have probably had another 10, 15, 20 yards, if not a touchdown, depending on what happened. So,
and it comes down to decision making at the end of the day. And I know it's tough. I understand it's different when you're on the field than watching it, replaying it and stuff like that. But it's not just this game, but it's the fact that not only the Raiders losing, but him looking bad as well. You would expect him to look a lot better. If this was a rookie quarterback, okay, we'll be like, okay, he doesn't know yet. He's still learning the game. But this is a guy that, hey, he hasn't rolled back. So he's a guy that you would think will go through all that. And they were asking him about, like making audibles and stuff like that. He said no. Like he was saying, what did he say? He said no. He got to stick to the script basically. Like there's no need to go away from it.
He said, can you make audibles? Is there audibles to get out of those plays? And he goes, yeah, there's an audible every play, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to. That's the play call. I'm not going to go get some. But then I don't know if you saw this, but Pete Carroll said that was the game plan. The game.
What was the game plan?
This is how bad we are. The game plan that Pete Carroll went after the game and said, our game plan was to do play action run, and throw the ball multiple times.
Yeah.
How do you expect the defense to? How do you expect the defense to bite on the run when you're not running the ball?
Granted, Ashton Genty only had 2 carries in the first half. We had what I kept hearing him say 31 passes to
three runs
to 3 runs or whatever. I'm like, exactly to your point. Like if that was a game plan going into this game, I mean it was working, but then it comes to a point where it's like, okay, these guys ain't gonna run. And then when Ashton Genty does run, again his stuff, and barely getting any yards, it doesn't make sense. Make it make sense at the end of the day. And to that, I don't know if you were gonna say something.
No, I'm still laughing at the audible. Like, why do they give you the opportunity to audible if you're not going to use it? Like, sorry, coach. Like, I know you. I'm going with what you called. Like,
so they can blame it on you.
I went up to the line and I saw it and I knew it wasn't going to work.
But I'm still gonna run that plays.
But I'm all for you, coach.
Yeah. So sometimes you got to change it up. But you know who would? Number 4 would have did that. I see one of his podcasts, Derek Carr's, and they was like, man, I think David asked him, is there ever a time where you go up there and the coaches are telling you something, but you just call your own play? And he's like, yeah, multiple times. I've come to a point where like, yeah, okay, coach, and then go to the line and just change it all up if he sees something.
Well, right?
You would think so. You would think a veteran quarterback would be able to do that. I mean, I feel like he's got the most safest job on this team when it comes to competition, right? Gino Smith has the safest job on there because he's not going to get benched no matter how bad he plays. But, heck, somebody like JPJ, if he fucks up, he gets benched right away, right? It don't make sense.
And that's another thing.
And like, you would think you would take chances, right? Like, I feel like Gino should take more chances. Well, you know what? No, we can't say that because he has taken a lot of chances. But as far as calling audibles and reading the defense, I think it's just an excuse for him to say that he can't read defenses. He's just saying that in the presser because he's like, yeah.
And it's the easy way to go. Just you put it on your coaches and go. But Gino, you suck. You suck right now. Like I am not gonna lie. I expected more out of him. Like we didn't think he was the franchise savior coming in here.
Yeah.
But we thought we would at least get him to play good, play legit, not put our defense in bad situations, and go that way. But like you saw it yesterday, he put in that game against the Cowboys, he put us in bad situations.
And we've said this before too. Like Gino, the bar's not that high when it comes to quarterback. And that's why I feel like him coming over here, and you can't, like, no Raider fan, like, there's a lot of Raider fans that'll just say, we knew Geno was going to be bad. No, you didn't. You didn't think that Geno was going to be this bad. I mean, he might have, like you said, there's some people that knew that he might not be that guy, but he was a better option coming over here, especially for what he did for the last 3 years in Seattle. Out of all the quarterbacks that we've had in a while, especially since Derek Carr, he seemed like, hey, he can at least get the job done. He can play some good football. He can move around in the pocket, use his legs if he needs to, and he can run this offense under Pete Carroll. He's got a good relationship. All that, just to see how bad he's been. I don't think anybody expected him to be this bad. No. And especially with the offensive coordinator that we paid a lot of money to come over here, one of the best offense coordinators in the market, to come over here to Las Vegas just for this team to look just as bad. And then you look at Chip Kelly, and I know I'm a guy that I can attest to this. I don't like firing people after 1 year, especially because it's like you can't expect anything different if you continue to fire coaches, offense coordinators, all of these different people every single year and expect something different. You got to stick with the same thing. But Chip Kelly, I think that motherfucker he got to go. Like, because it's just so bad at this point. Like, and it's easy to point fingers because I feel like you could blame offensive line, you could blame quarterback, and all these different
blame
places.
Geno.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Blame Geno. It's his fault. So you know what, Chip? You're safe. It's all Geno's fault. But I think that's true, though, too. So it's kind of hard because, like, up until yesterday's game, I was like, Chip is not that bad. It's just we're not executing out there because we've seen multiple times that there's open receivers here and there, but Geno's not seeing them, right? Which we go right back to Gino Smith. So I'm like, if you give him the right quarterback and we get a solid offensive line, I think Chip Kelly could be good. But then you're going up against one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I know Dallas, they got a strong offense, especially when you got 2-star receivers like Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. But the flip side to that was they got a bad defense, especially against the run. And, hey, we drafted a running back with the 6th overall pick, right? You would think that we'd run the ball even more, but like we stated before, they barely been ran in the first half. And overall, we had 27 yards rushing, and Action Genty, that number one overall running back that we got, that generational running back that we got, 6 carries, 7 yards. Our leading rusher was Geno Smith.
That's what I was going to look it up. I knew it was like because he had an 11-yard run.
Bro, I was like,
so I knew that I was going to look it up, but yeah. So you said 6 carries, 7 yards, but he had an 11-yard run.
Yeah, so
he had that bad safety. We were sitting there right there. We watched that. Like when you were watching that play, like you knew it was going to be a safety. Like you were like, oh, here goes a handoff.
I didn't know this because I was like, you know what? Hey, we got a generational running back who's he could get he's not going to get a safety. And then
yeah, and we've talked about Genty before, and we talked about it like. There was a learning curve that he had to come in. He's coming from Boise State. Like not to downplay that, but he had one great game in college against Oregon. Oregon's defense is not that good, or one tough defense, not one great game, but one tough defense that he really played was Oregon. And so he was going to have that learning curve coming in here, and people just threw that tag on him because, hey, generational. They throw that out there a lot. People love to throw generational talent out there, elite talent. Generational talent is you don't need an offensive line. When you're getting hit in the backfield, you can still get 1 or 2 yards, whatever. You're still fighting. Genty has a lot of growing to, and I've said this before. Like Mostert should be playing a little bit more than Genty right now, but we can't even get our offense going. But on the Chip Kelly thing. I was with you. Like last night, I was thinking a lot, and I was like, yeah. And throughout the whole week, and I'm like thinking like, because everybody, that's our one thing. Whenever I get on social media, what's the one thing you hear? Fire Chip Kelly. And I don't know if I was there, and I think I was right there during the game, but then when I sit there and I take it all in, I'm like, I want to see Chip Kelly's offense without Geno.
That's true.
And see what happens, and see if it's still that, because Geno said it himself in his press conference. Wide receivers are wide open. It wasn't the play calling. It was me. And I don't know if he's being sarcastic, whatever. But Trey Tucker dropped a lot of good passes in that game. There was some wide open plays. And then Peyton Manning, like I said, in their podcast, in their little thing, they were showing it. So I want to see another quarterback. And this is why Pete Carroll needs to bench Geno, and this is why you need to check people out and see what we have and see if is it Geno, is it the coaching, is it this? Find out what it is. But if you're going to stay status quo, we're never going to find out what exactly the problem is. So yeah, next year we get rid of Geno, but we get rid of Chip, but we keep Geno, and the same thing happens. Well, okay, so was it Geno, and now we got rid of Chip for no reason? Like, let's figure some stuff out.
No, I agree to that point too, because it's like that, and that's where I've always been all season. Is like I don't want to move on because I get emotional, and maybe right now I am, but. Like, when you call a game like that against a defense like that, I looked at this game like a dress rehearsal for the offense because I was like, okay, well, if they can do something in this game, if they can compete in this game, then okay. I wasn't expecting a win at the end of the day. I even was on my AFC West round table show, and I want the Raiders to win, and I felt like they were going to be real good, but I had the Raiders losing. But it wasn't about losing. It was about how bad they looked. And looking at the game yesterday, we were there. The offense looked bad, and the defense gave them chances early on in the game. Yeah. Max Crosby got a forced fumble. We get the ball in the 15-yard line, can't even score.
What I don't get is how we can drive all the way down to the red zone, and then we just forget what we did on that whole drive and got to the red zone. Like, and then we're not the only team. A lot of teams do that. When they get to the red zone, they forget what got them to the red zone, and they're like they try to get conservative or whatever. It's like. No, score the damn touchdowns. Get in there. You need to score it. And then I think they were 3 or 4 12 on third downs. You're not going to win games like that. But, like I said, I'm not for – I want to see Chip Kelly's offense without Geno.
Yeah.
But I think Chip Kelly is going to get fired. One, because I was listening to Pete Carroll. And old man Pete, he said – Damn. He was part of the game plan. That's what Pete wanted. The offense that you saw yesterday, Pete was involved in the play. What are you doing involved in there, Pete? Like, you're a defensive guy, and two, like, if you brought Chip Kelly in, let him do his thing. Don't go in there and now, like, to me, the relationship's already there. The relationship's already sour. But here's what I'm gonna say: if you fire Pete, let me say this. Let me rewind it. If you fire Chip Kelly, you need to fire Pete Carroll, and you need to fire Patrick Graham, and you need to clean it all out because you're not going to give it. What's the point? We brought Pete Carroll in here knowing that he had a short span, right? Short lifespan, short span, whatever it is. He's 74 years old. If you're going to get rid of his offensive coordinator, and you already got rid of his special team coordinator in the first year, then right there it shows you it's not going to work out, and we need to go for another long-term plan and look at something else. And it sucks because I'm with you. I hate changing coaches over and over, but Pete Carroll was brought in here to turn us around in 3 years. This team that we see right now, no. No.
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like Pete Carroll's making it hard on me, but pause. But what do you call it? I don't know. I don't know about that, like firing him after this year. But then I see your point though with Chip Kelly and wanting to see him with somebody else. So it goes back and forth. It's
JPJ is the best center on our team.
Oh, we'll get to that. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
And he got hurt all year. They made they screwed around with JPJ. They made him compete for his job. They were no, we're not going to put him at center. We're going to put him at guard because Meredith deserves a center and blah blah blah. All this crap. JPJ goes out for the season with an injury. The first game when he's out, what do? Meredith can go to guard, and we'll put Putnam or whatever. I don't even know who
Putnam, yeah.
We'll put him at center.
And you know what the kicker is? They asked him why they put him why did they put Jordan Meredith at right guard? Pete Carroll said, "Oh, he was a damn good right guard last year." Shut the fuck up, Pete. Shut the fuck up, Pete. No, don't say that shit because now you backtracking, Pete. Because all of a sudden, oh, Meredith was good at right guard. We could put him at right guard, and you're gonna put Putnam there, who I'm pretty sure isn't a world beater at center. But oh no, we have JPJ, who's one of the best centers in the NFL, coming into the NFL, even last year, going into this year. I mean, JPJ didn't think he was going to be a guard. He introduced himself to Ashton Genty when he first met him. I'm your center. Pete said, no, you're not.
Nope.
No, you're not.
Like,
You're the right guard.
Why are you so afraid? Like, you drafted 2 offensive linemen in the 3rd round. Why are you afraid to play them?
Caleb Rogers, healthy scratch.
Yeah. Why are you afraid? Just put them in there. Like, it can't get worse than what we fucking have. Like, this is horrible. Like, this is a horrible offensive line, and especially now with JPJ and Colton Miller out, like, it's not going to get better.
And that's why I'm saying Pete Carroll makes it hard for me. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying, man. But
I know Pete Carroll gets you hard. Pete Carroll himself has to take a pill.
Okay, but I'm saying, like, it's because of those decisions that he makes, and then I feel like he has a bit of an ego that he doesn't want to, like, let down. And I'm like, bro, it's okay to be wrong. You're going to be the coach here. I think you're still going to be. You should still be the coach for the next 2 to 3 years. If you get it wrong, okay, change it up. And you knew it was wrong from the get-go. That one, the game where JPJ was good to come back, they left Alex Kappa in there. They said, "Oh, competition." Mm-hmm. We just felt like Kappa was good to go over JPJ. But the first game JPJ comes in when he's fully healthy, tears it up. And what do you got to say? He's like, oh, yeah, you know, we're still compete. Why does he have to be – why does JPJ have to compete for his job, but Geno doesn't compete for his job? Why does JPJ have to compete for his job when other people don't have to compete? Like, and shout out to Hondo, whatever. I know not a lot of people agree with him. He basically called him out on that. You know, like, I don't know if you've seen it where he was like, man, I forgot what it was, but – oh, you know what? Let me play it real quick.
But it's not just JPJ. Like I said, he's afraid. Why are you afraid to play the rookies? Like, okay, like you said, Chip Kelly, or not Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll has been loyal to his guys. And his guys are Geno Smith, making him look bad, and Kai Blue Kelly. Why? Why are you doing it? When we have other people that can do it, why isn't Porter out there? Like, get him. Why he's one of your best cornerbacks and you're not playing him? Why? Is he pissing people off? Like, are you that bad that if somebody says something negative or questions you that you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna start you? No, you gotta compete for your job. You gotta
because for certain people he's gonna be like, you know what? It comes down to competition. You know, they weren't competing, so that's why so-and-so is in this spot and that guy's not in that spot. But when it comes to his favorites, just put it on me. Just put that on me. Put the offensive struggles on me. No. Yeah, well, we put it on you because you're keeping that quarterback that's not working out for us in the game still. Yep. So with that said, I don't know if you've seen this. I'll play real quick.
Is there a concern with all the changes that were made to the offense this season to fix how bad it was last year? And it's still struggling that if you don't make changes to your offense, there's going to be concerns that it's not being held accountable like other areas of the team?
It's the last part of that question that I don't even know how to address. We're going to take a look at everything we're doing, which is what we do.
Well,
Adam Butler called him out last week, right?
Bro.
Adam Butler said it. He said, hey, sometimes, to be honest, I get frustrated when the other side of the ball is not doing their thing. Yeah, no shit. Like, you don't think that, like,
he doesn't keep him as accountable as a lot of other positions, and that's why I feel like a lot of fans are frustrated. I mean, including me. And I'm a Pete Carroll guy. Like, I love Pete Carroll coming over here, and I'm a big supporter of Pete Carroll. I don't even want to fire Pete Carroll. No. But when stuff like this happens, and you see he's playing favoritism, I feel like Geno Smith is gonna be the end of him. Like, if he continues to go on this path and act like Geno Smith is the guy moving forward, and not wanting to move him, but you move other players. That's going to be the death of him over here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I'm a big Pete Carroll guy too, and I think I was one of the first ones that I saw online that pushed for Pete Carroll because I was like, if the Raiders are going to move on from Antonio Pierce, they need to bring in an experienced, established coach. And I was like, Mike Vrabel, Pete Carroll, somebody like that. Even Mike McCarthy would have been good for us, right? Mike McCarthy probably, in hindsight, would have been the better one out of all of it. But I thought Pete Carroll was going to come in here, and from what I've seen, I didn't know. But like you said, the loyalty is that is what's getting to me. That's what's pissing me off. Is if things aren't broke, you don't fix it. But if it's broken, you try like hell to fix it. You continue it, but he's not doing that. It's like, no, it's not his fault. It's so and so's. It's like, hey, we're 2-8.
We're 2-8 right now, and it don't look any better.
Oh no, it looks good.
It looks.
It looks good. Like we're a real promising team. We got a lot of.
I mean, we got a chance. Every week we got a chance.
This is the second time this season that a team has taken a knee.
I was just about to read
before 2 minutes, before the 2-minute warning.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That goes to show how bad we are. We've hit rock bottom moves, and I thought we couldn't hit this. I thought we couldn't go lower than we were last year, with an inexperienced coach. AP. I feel like, okay, you know what, Raider fans? I think everybody gotta say sorry to AP. Apologize to him.
No,
I'm just joking.
I've seen that. I've seen that a lot. Like a lot of people are like, we got rid of AP for this. Like, okay, this is how bad it is that we're forgetting how bad last year was. Like, we're forgetting like AP's a really nice guy. I met him. You met him. I think.
Yeah.
Like when he walked in the room, like his charisma, everything was
auras.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I was like, I could see why people follow this guy. Why he's a leader of the team. But the mistakes he made, time management, stuff like that on the field, like it just no. Like we're forgetting like AP wasn't a great head coach.
He wasn't.
Great person, great guy. Yeah, maybe he could have brought. He's the motivator, so he would have had to bring in people. And I mean, shit, you kept Patrick Graham, and you couldn't hire Chip Kelly for AP. Like, so now I understand that. Like, I don't know. I wonder who's running this organization. That's what I want to ask you. Like, is this Tom Brady? Like, remember Tom Brady's hands on?
Hey, everybody. Okay, that's a good question because I feel like everybody. I've seen it a lot too. I mean, I've been tagged too. Oh, this is all Mark Davis. We need to sell the team, Mark. And then what? For me, I think this year you can't really you can't put this on Mark Davis. It's bad. He is the common denominator, but we got Tom Brady, like you said. Tom Brady's the guy. Yeah. This is the second time Tom Brady came to the stadium and we got our asses beat. So maybe he need to step in on quarterback or just don't show up to the games.
Well, there's rumor that Tom Brady is the one that pushed for Chip Kelly.
For real? I didn't know that.
That's the rumor, and that that I don't know if that's true. That's just rumors that I read. But I mean, the more I look at it, the more I feel like even our head coach Pete Carroll and our GM aren't on the same page. Like some of the moves that they make, like to bring, like the Tyler Lockett move made absolutely no sense. Like I go, okay, yeah, you're trading Jacoby Myers, but you're going to bring in Tyler Lockett. But it made no sense why. It's like if you're going to trade Jacoby Myers, go with the young guys. Just do it. Like there's certain moves that they make, and it's like why? Like the Amari Cooper at the beginning of the season. That's not. I didn't think that was John Spytek. I thought that's Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll trying to bring veteran guys in because Pete knows that he don't have a lot of time to compete, right? To get going. He wanted and Pete said it multiple times this year. He thought it was going to be easy. Pete said, "I thought it was going to be easy to win in Vegas." Like, Pete, man. We fucking suck.
Hey, it's your fault. You came over here, dog. You asked for the smoke.
23 years of losing, 23 years of bullshit football that we've watched. And Pete Carroll thought, oh, I could come over and win 10 games over there. Like, Pete, do you not have like the internet? Like, do you not have Google? Like,
he probably doesn't. He probably like, damn, this team really did suck.
He starts that one finger, like the whole man stuff. Like this is the Las Vegas, Oakland, L.A. Raiders. This is like we are a bad franchise. We are
a cursed franchise. And like, yeah, Pete Carroll. I mean, you knew what you signed up for. You knew what you came here for. But I still feel like Pete can change it around. It's just, like I said, I think his ego is going to get the best of him. And that's what's going to cause him to get fired. And I'm just tired of firing and hiring coaches, no matter how bad it is. And like you said earlier, man, with Chip Kelly, and you know what? Adam Butler's not even the only one. I know some people that is frustrated with the offense as well. People on the defensive side, because they've been doing their job and the offense has just been bad. Whether it's play calling, whether it's Geno Smith, whether it's the offensive line, no matter what, a lot of people are frustrated. And I would be frustrated too if I was on a team and I'm putting in work and giving a chance to this offense just for them not to do anything. We've seen it recently in this game. We've seen it against the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football. So many chances, so many opportunities to take those games. And we're not able to do it. And then when the offense shows up, shit, the special teams acts like, oh, they could take a vacation too, right? Yeah. It's like I see one side of it and being optimistic with this team. And I know Pete Carroll harps on it a lot. Like, you know, if things went differently in certain games, this would be a whole different team. That's true. But it comes down to execution. And we're just not executing out there. What did John Gruden say years ago? We need better fucking execution, news. Yeah. And we just haven't seen it yet this year.
I need better execution. Knock on wood if you're with me.
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, what did that guy tell you yesterday? When we were walking the tailgate, what did he tell you?
Oh, wait, I don't know.
Okay, we were walking J-Lot yesterday. What did they say? We need Gruden back. Bring
John Gruden back.
Like, I don't know. Like, this is like, it's frustrating. Yeah. It's sad. Like, and I hate it. I hate having to defend myself as a Raider fan. I hate having to defend myself for going to games, for creating content. And I'm sure, like, you and I were walking around the stadium. We were having a good time yesterday. We were out there, I don't know, 1 o'clock all the way till the game ended, right? We were in the tailgate. We went to almost every tailgate. Yeah. And we were so many Cowboy fans.
So many.
And it's not about what we're like. People are like, you guys are spending too much money on it. It's not that. It's the experience you get when you go to a game. It's fun. We only have a short lifetime. Like, I want to have fun at the games. Or, yeah, our team sucks, whatever. But that I running into people, and one guy told me one thing yesterday. He goes, "Hey Joe, I appreciate everything you guys do for you and Samoa, and what you guys do for us, how you guys keep us going." He goes, "I watch you guys. You guys keep my spirit up throughout the week." And I was like, "Okay, this guy's like bullshitting us." And then he goes, "I hate." He goes, "I love coming to the stadium, but I hate watching our team and what they perform. But I come to the stadium because I love the fans and I love the people that I talk to." Yeah. And that right there, I was like, you're 100% correct.
That is true.
Because there is a lot of great people in this Raider Nation. Oh, yeah. A lot of great fans that we see every week. The same people. The same. Oh, yeah. And the same week they go, "Hey, we're in the parking lot after the game," and everybody's like, "Hey, man, your team sucks." Nah, man, your team sucks. And we go, "What do we say? See you next week."
Yeah, bro.
See you next week.
Hey, same time next week. All right. and you make a good point there, and I want to harp on that a little bit, man, because of course, shout out to the nation, shout out to the fans. You guys are always great, especially wherever we're at, but especially over here in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium, man. We get a lot of love, and it makes me feel good because it shows that what I'm doing reaches a lot of people. And they see it. Whether you agree or disagree with me, I'm just a fan at the end of the day with opinions. So is Joe, and we get a lot of flack for everything. I mean, we're called fake Raider fans for being Raider fans sometimes. But like you said, I think the best part about going to the stadiums, people always say, "Why are you going to the games? You're supporting this. Oh, we need to boycott Mark Davis and the team. You guys are the reasons why." Yada yada. Bro, chill. Like, first of all, chill with all that. The main reason why I go, one, is to get content for sure because, of course, I'm a content creator now. But two, it's the fans. And I try to go there, and I even tell my wife I try to go there early. She's like, "Why do you have to go early?" I'm like, I want to go out there and just meet the fans. There's fans that are coming for the first time, and they want to see people. They want to see the Guerrillas. They want to see, of course, they want to see their team, but they want to see people that they've seen online, on social media. I'm one of those guys. You are one of those guys. Everybody else. And if they get a chance to meet us, I've met people that was like, I was just happy to meet you. And it makes me feel good. Like, damn, I'm just a regular fan. But, it's like seeing Max Crosby,
Yeah.
out in the open. Oh, okay. I'm not trying to say I'm like Max Crosby, but I'm saying, no. But like the feeling you have when you go and see people that you support and people that make you feel good about the team, Like, it makes you feel like, okay, this whole trip was worth it. The experience was worth it. The team sucks. It's nothing new. We've seen it multiple times. And I've always said that even when the first time I went to Allegiant Stadium, we lost. And I think it was a Bears game years ago in 2021, and we lost bad. And I was like, it was a fun experience all weekend long. The game sucked. But that's why people come is for the experiences. And I feel like that makes it more worth it. It makes it worth coming and just meeting people and making their day, whether it's a picture or just interacting with them just for a little bit or even putting them on my vlogs, whatever it may be. I feel like that's worth just staying at home and not showing up when I know I can show up, you know?
Yeah, and that's because of, like you said, we talked about the ticket prices of that game. I debated coming out here for the Cowboy game, and I was like, just because of ticket prices alone, and I was like, no, because I want to come out here and do the tailgate, and I know I want to do that. Like, that's the thing. And I was like, shit, I'll do the tailgate and then go watch the game at somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be in the stadium. Like, but like you said, there's a lot of things that are fun and a lot of good people, and I think that's what we're missing, and that's what we're missing, and that's each week when the Raiders lose, and each week that the Raiders continue to let us down. These people are slowly dying inside, and
Oh, yeah.
like I told somebody yesterday, I go this. I told where did I tell them? I was talking to somebody, and I go, this is the worst I've seen Raider Nation since they moved to Vegas. This is the most I've seen them disconnect with the team and be like, nope, we're done. We suck. We're horrible. Even during Josh McDaniels, right? The first year with Josh McDaniels, people didn't like Josh McDaniels, but we were hanging in there. We were competitive. The next year, started getting out of hand, right? And right when people were starting to disconnect, he got fired. Boom, Raider, and then Antonio Pierce came. Everybody came back up, right?
Yeah.
Last year, Antonio Pierce, people still believed in Antonio Pierce. We still saw fight in our team, right? We don't see that this year. We don't see. I don't see the fight.
Yeah.
Like I don't see. We've been blown out. Like not one game, not two games, multiple games are just ass beat. What do they call it? BTA.
Belt to ass, bro. Belt to ass multiple times. And like we stated it earlier, two games, teams are kneeling and with 2 minutes left on the clock. And that's rock bottom, Moose. Like, you can't get any worse than that. And you would expect this from a new head coach, a rookie quarterback, but no, we got an experienced head coach, we got an experienced quarterback, and we got a generational running back and a generational tight end, and still looking like this.
Yeah, and then wait till next week.
Speaking of next week, that's crazy. Let me read this to you because I know we talked about it before, but I'll bring it up for this. According to Mary Kay Cabot, I don't know how you say her name, but reportedly, Shedeur Sanders will get his first NFL career start at quarterback for the Browns against the Raiders on Sunday. Perfect timing, right? Perfect timing.
Like I knew this all along. Ever since the Browns had him, and then they were like, Shedeur is going to get some starts this year. He'll get some starts this year, and I was like, "Yep, it's going to be his first start will be in Las Vegas against the Raiders." And I think I told you this about a month ago. I was like, "Hey, be ready for that game because Shedeur Sanders," and like it was just like, "Hey, it's part of the script, right? The NFL has a script, and this is part of the script. Like this is where they make their money." Shedeur Sanders and Shedeur Sanders looked like shit last week. Say whatever you want. He got brought into the game. He didn't have a game plan around him. He went 4 for like 14 or 4 for 16, I don't know how many yards, 47 yards. He got sacked twice. He had an interception. That don't mean nothing because this week you're playing the Raiders.
Yeah.
This week Shedeur Sanders is gonna light us up.
And I feel like that is part of the script because I'm one of those guys that wanted Shedeur Sanders. Number 6 pick overall, and people say, "Oh, I'm crazy." Well, they say that because he got drafted late, and nobody expected him to get drafted in the 4th round, or I forgot what round it was, but late, at worst, a 2nd-round pick. But Shedeur Sanders last week looked bad, but he had a chance to win. And watching it back, like if you just look at it on paper, it's like, "Oh yeah, he's trash," but they had a chance for not a lot of time playing with the first team unit. They had a chance, a lot of drop passes. But there's potential there, right? Well, against the Raiders this week, and you know the Raiders' record against first-time quarterbacks or backup quarterbacks, it ain't good. And you know what? If he comes into Vegas, I mean, we wanted to see him in Vegas. We get to see Shador Sanders in Vegas, and if he lights it up, Oos.
Where's Fitz? This is what Fitz wants. Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders. Like this is what's gonna piss me off the most is Shador Sanders is not a franchise quarterback. Whatever you want to say.
What?
He's not a franchise quarterback.
Come on, Oos.
Do I think he's good enough to start in the NFL? Yeah, he should have been starting for the Cleveland Browns a long time ago. But we're gonna make him look like an all-pro, Hall of Famer.
We're gonna make him look like a franchise quarterback.
And that's what. And then what are we gonna hear? We should have drafted him. We fucked up, and all this stuff is that's.
Oos, I'm gonna say that because I believe that he's a franchise quarterback. Oos, I think that Shador Sanders has everything, every tool. Just as much as Cam Ward, Oos. I think that he could be a starting quarterback, a franchise quarterback in the NFL. It just you got to put the right pieces around him, and that's why I felt like this quarterback room would have been perfect for him. Because and you know what? And you know why? I feel like that's one reason why Pete Carroll didn't want him, because that would have meant there's going to be a competition. Or if Geno does bad, we'd be calling for Shador Sanders way more than we'd be calling for Kenny Pickett right now, right? I think Shador Sanders would have been perfect over here. I don't care what anybody says. I feel like he should have been that pick. And even if we didn't get him in the first round, he was sitting there in the second round. How legendary would it have been when you have a generational running back and a legendary quarterback? You put them together.
Yeah, and not only was he sitting there in the second round,
He was sitting in the third round.
where you took a wide receiver that you're barely using. He's just sitting there in the third round when you took two offensive linemen that you refused to play. He's sitting there in fourth round where you have a wide receiver that is dropping balls and you have no faith in him right now in Thornton. Like he was there. Like you had opportunities, and I'm not saying like Shador. Like I wouldn't have took Shador's first round. Like I was very against taking a first round. But I said if he falls later on and he's there, we should take him because you take it. Like I said, and I'll say this again. Like if the Raiders are drafting this year, you take quarterbacks until you miss, and you keep going, keep taking quarterbacks. But I don't know. It's just.
But it's okay though. We got Cam Miller, so our future's there.
Hey, and that goes back to who?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
He's the one that wanted him.
Right? Tom Brady's and the Raiders did all kinds of like crazy draft strategy where they didn't go and visit him, they didn't talk to him because they didn't want other teams to know that they were in on Cam Miller.
Oh shit!
And then they're not. Where's he at on the practice squad? And then you just heard the rumors the other day. Oh, Tom Brady loves C.J. Carr from Notre Dame. Like, but he won't be available until 2027. It's like. How many people do I look? I understand Tom Brady was a great player. Sometimes
I was worried about this, and people were saying Tom Brady's not going to be who you think he is. He's going to be the MJ of the NFL. He's going to be the MJ, and we've seen Michael Jordan as an owner in the NBA. He's been horrible. His teams have been bad, and they're just holding on to him, possibly turning it around. Yeah, he was a GOAT on the court, but not in front office. And that's what I'm kind of nervous about right now because everybody's pointing fingers at Mark Davis, and rightfully so because they're frustrated with him, whatever. But this year, Mark Davis only knows what he doesn't know, and he continues to say that. And he brought in a football guy, the football guy.
Yeah.
And all the decisions, I mean, he's the guy that brought in John Spytek. He coerced it to bring in Pete Carroll. We got Geno Smith because of Pete Carroll. So if there's any blame to go around, especially pointing fingers at, it's Tom Brady. And I know Mark Davis brought in Tom Brady, so I guess you could point at Mark Davis. But Tom Brady had more control, I think, than anybody else. And we got Cam Miller now. It is what it is. We're going to see Shador Sanders come to Las Vegas. And if he lights it up, which I feel like he will, I'm going to sit here and be like, we should have drafted that guy. We should have drafted. But it's okay. But okay.
Even if Shador has one good game, it's going to be this game. And then he can go back to being crap again after that.
We've seen it before with Andy Dalton.
That's how it's going to be. But if for Raider fans that are like, hey, we're one quarterback away, we're going to draft a quarterback next year.
Oh, man.
I'm just going to let you know right now, there's only 2 quarterbacks in this draft that are worthy of top 10 picks. And you know how many teams need a quarterback in that top 10 that are in the top 10 right now? At least 8 of them.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh,
As
yeah.
bad as us?
At least 8 teams in that top 10 right now are looking. The Jets are looking for a quarterback.
Who's your favorite quarterbacks?
I would think that Mendoza is your number 1 quarterback right now.
Bro.
But 20. But even even this so you're gonna have to try to fight for it. But your 2027 is supposed to be the draft. And after with the new NILs, we're gonna start seeing better quarterback prospects come out because they're gonna come out later. Because they're making their money in college now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna come out more prepared and ready 3 years, 4 years into college. So we're gonna start seeing better quarterbacks come out. But if we don't trade up for a quarterback, it's going to be another.
Yeah.
Or if they don't even, or say our organization watches it and they don't like these guys, and they decide to go on. And me personally, I still draft offensive line.
Well, I mean, I think that's a given too. Like if you don't go put you offensive line, I totally understand it. It's not a sexy pick at the end of the day. I like the sexy picks, but I want those quarterbacks, those wide receivers, maybe even running backs sometimes. And I feel like if there's any year, we say it every single year, man, we want a quarterback. But looking at the trajectory of the season right now and how bad the team has been, we could be in a position to get a quarterback. I mean, this quarterback class is better than last year's. That's for sure. Because there was only Cam Ward and Shador, and then everybody else is kind of like, oh, you don't know. I mean, or in Jackson Dart. Of course, Jackson Dart was pretty good, but everybody was telling me he's not that good, and now he's good. But anywho, this year, of course, you got Fernando Mendoza, you got Dante Moore, you got Ty Simpson. A lot of people talking about him, and then there's a lot of other guys that you could possibly get. I just want them to get somebody. As far as the offensive line, if I had to do something, I kind of go back to Reggie McKenzie and what they did, building that team, spending all that free agency money on the offensive line, bringing in the best guys, getting veteran guys. You go get a young quarterback. You still keep a veteran quarterback, whether it's Geno Smith, whether it's somebody else, you get a veteran quarterback that could possibly start right away or compete at least with the young quarterback, and whoever does better gets to start in the season, and then just add pieces around them. Whether you go draft a wide receiver, or you can't draft wide receivers because we're not even gonna use them.
Yeah.
We got young. That's the way I would have went, and then of course just start filling in wherever you can. But I feel like that's what's gonna take to at least see a little bit of a turnaround. I know head coach, offense coordinators, and all that. It's kind of different, but yeah.
You know what? Nah, draft a wide receiver. We got a tight end. We got a running back. Just draft a wide receiver now. We don't need to work on the line. We don't need a quarterback.
No, I mean, we don't need a wide receiver. Well, we could use a wide receiver.
We're drafting a wide receiver now.
We could have used that Terrell McMillan, but it's okay. I was crazy.
Hey, he's balling out too.
But yeah, I mean Trey Henderson balling out too. I said, man, you don't need to get a run. And this is why I said last year in the draft, and the draft process, and people keep thinking I hate Ashton. I don't hate Ashton Jeanty. I just felt like we could have went a different direction. That was my thing. You wanted to go offensive line, me wide receiver, or get somebody else a quarterback because I felt like this was a strong class with running backs. We see what Trey Henderson's doing. Maybe it's, of course, there's Omari Hampton. You got a lot of
What's the
different.
one next week? Junkins too.
Quinshon Junkins, man, there's a lot of different running backs that you could have brought over here. It's an interchangeable position unless you have a full team, a team that's ready to contend. Ashton Jeanty is perfect for those teams. He's not the guy that's going to carry this team on his back and just win games for us with this team. Maybe it's just the offense coordinator or whatnot, but with that said, I guess last question I want to ask going forward. I put you in Mark Davis' shoes. What is the moves that you would make to turn this team around?
We got to build the offensive line because even if you bring in a new quarterback, whatever, they're gonna get killed back there. You got to invest into your offensive line. You got to invest into your defensive line. You got to invest into the trenches and then work your way out. Build it from the inside out.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been preaching. People still give me a hard time over the Brock Bowers, the last 2 drafts. I've sat there and my live reactions were like, "What are we doing?" And in the Brock Bowers one, I'm like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah.
Like, why are we taking a tight end? And when nothing against that's what people think. They go, "Oh, you don't know ball if you don't know how good Brock Bowers is." It's like, you don't think I know how good Brock Bowers is? Like, you don't think I know how good Ashton Jeanty was? It's not that. It's you're building a team. And good teams have built from the Patriots this year. Patriots went from 4 wins the last 2 seasons to already doubling. Like they have 9 wins this season. What'd they draft first round?
They drafted offensive line this year. They drafted a quarterback. One of the previous, I don't. Was it last year?
Yeah.
They did it right, and they got a new head coach. Of course, I think solid head coach. But yeah, they built inside the trenches, and then started working their way out. They got a quarterback. They got a franchise quarterback, even if it doesn't work out in year one. And they had a veteran quarterback too before Drake May even took over, and that's the same one. I think that I feel like they make it so hard on themselves, the Raiders, because it's not it's easy because we're couch GMs, right? But we've seen it done before, and it just sucks to see. I guess you know what? I guess the silver lining in it is the Raiders didn't reach on somebody, and that's something I will say. They didn't reach on anybody these last 2 years because John Gruden. A lot of people that want John Gruden back, he was trash at drafting in the first round, for the most part. So it feels good to at least get generational picks. But to your point, you make a good point. We have to build the trenches, Zeus, and start working our way out from there.
Yeah, work it out. But I don't know about you. I'm not a couch GM. I've won multiple Super Bowls on Madden. Okay, I collect those championships.
I collect them rings like the Infinity.
Hey,
Stones.
every time I win one, I order a ring online. I'm like, it's coming in tomorrow.
Look at how many rings that guy. How many does Pete got? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I was to make the moves, that's the same way I would go. Going into this season, if the season goes to shit, hopefully we get one of those top 3 picks. Then I would just keep Pete Carroll, possibly fire Chip Kelly. I don't know, but you go into free agency, get a veteran quarterback, draft a quarterback early on, build the trenches, spend all that money on offensive line, and then just fill in everywhere else, and then go forward from there and see what we do. That's what I would do.
You know what? Here, you know what's crazy? And we have nobody in this franchise. We have no players that know what winning is. Right? You could say Max Crosby does. Max
Devin
Crosby
White?
really, huh?
Devin White.
Max Crosby is like your main guy, but he could think that he knows what winning is, but he's never been in a winning franchise. He's never been on a team that knows how to win constantly, week in and consistently. And that's sad, right? It's pretty sad that we have no players that know how to really win, and they think they know the right way, but they haven't been showed, and they don't know how to do it, and that's the frustrating part about it is we have great players, but we don't have anybody to teach them how to win. I mean,
that's why we brought Pete Carroll.
And yeah, that is why Pete Carroll, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all that being said is we're the Raiders and we still suck. Your team sucks.
No, your team is horrible. I tell you, your
Why
team,
do we still do this? Why do we still why do we still support this team, man?
I'm gonna take this off, but underneath it, I got another shirt, another Raider shirt. It don't matter. I don't know.
Yeah. With all the shit that we've been saying, and it's been frustrating. I know we were supposed to actually do a live stream yesterday. It got cut because some stuff happens. But we're here live today. It is what it is. We're frustrated. We talk shit about this team. We hype up this team. But same time this weekend.
Yep. I'll see you for the Browns.
See you for the Browns game, Moose. At least that game, it's not going to be expensive. Plus, I don't think there's going to be a lot of opposing fans there. But you never know. Shedeur Sanders starting might draw a crowd. But, yeah, I mean, that being said,
We did beat the Browns last year.
So we're going to beat them this year.
Thanks to the referees, but we did beat them.
All right. But that being said, you can let them know where they can find you.
You can find me right here in Vegas. No, I'm just the Joe Morley everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, all social media platforms. Yeah. Or, just look for the cute guy. You can type in cute guy and I pop up everywhere.
Either him or Pete Carroll might show up. But, of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms, Asimone Raider. We're going to be on it same time next week. Hopefully it's a win. But at this point, I kind of feel numb at this point. I'm just going for the experience. I think that's what we said. But hoping for a win. Until next time, we are